All charities produce an annual report. They are sent out to donors. Often they are thick and glossy. A charity turning over large sums of money should have an annual report that reflects this. Many charities produce an annual review as well, often still glossy. The content is intended to impress. How much the charity has achieved, how many beneficiaries have been helped, how the finances have been managed, growth on last year, the status of the reserves, the reduction of overheads, how impressive the charity is. And their annual reports are impressive too. But will they garner support? In my opinion, no. I've seen one annual review that is different and has seriously impressed me. It's the work of a young fundraiser in this room called Robin Peake. This is not the formal annual report. It does not contain page after page of incomprehensible figures. That is produced in-house for the trustees, the Charity Commission, and the small number of trusts that require it. Less than 100 copies. The sole public-facing document is the annual review. Let's analyse it. The front cover says, "Stories of Hope, written by you." Other than the logo and the name of the organisation, that's it. On the front cover, the donor is positioned at the heart of what the charity has achieved. The first page is the director's report. Nothing unusual in that, but this one starts with 2 paragraphs on the work, focusing on the individual beneficiary. And then, "and because of you, ... In the third paragraph, it again positions donors at the centre. In a short director's report, he mentions the donor, you generous supporters, 9 times. There is nothing about the charity. Nothing. At the risk of overstating this, it is profound. It sets the tone for the whole review. In the middle are stories. Stories of the beneficiaries, stories of the individual donors, and why they support, all intermingled. Every story of a beneficiary has, at the side of the page, a little story of a donor and a photo of them. This story is made possible by Jim and Sandra from Northern Ireland, who give monthly to support young leaders in Central Asia. Donors don't just feel connected to the cause, they feel part of the cause. I don't think I've ever seen this before. There is just one side on the charity, the finances, but even the introduction to that starts, "Thank you, your generosity last year has achieved." Finally, on the back page, in 2014, your support equipped. The last word is a tribute to donors. This review is 45% beneficiaries, 45% donors, 10% charity. No, 5% charity. I've overestimated that at the expense of the others. There is nothing on the importance of the charity. No mention of the trustees or the management. No mention of what the charity has achieved, just stories of what you have achieved. 10 pages, inexpensive, which is important in itself, and also sends a clear message to donors. Yet it is well produced with lots of pictures and colour, accessible and easy to read. It will leave the donor feeling better about their support than they did before reading it. It's about connecting the donor with the beneficiary. No, it's about bringing the cause and the donor together. The charity is the conduit between the donor and cause. Totally donor-focused. Sheer brilliance. Though many of us profess to be relationship fundraisers, we collude with the belief that the annual report should be about the charity and its achievements. And we thank the donors that have supported the charity. The charity is at the centre, not the donor. Why do we go along with that? Is the annual report immune from donor-led thinking? I'm sure Robin Peake will be embarrassed that I said this. Let's hope that Robin is one of a new generation of fundraisers who do things differently and give donors a better donor experience. Robin has a few copies of the report with him. If you'd like one, may I make sure that you give a donation of at least £2. Robin, will you stand up? I don't know where you are. Robin? Robin, you're here somewhere. There he is. Stand up, stand up. But they need to know who you are so that they can get an annual report from you. A round of applause for Robin, not for me. Thank you very much indeed.